Hi, we're here to talk about the Fifth Age of Men. However, before we begin to describe the Fifth Age of Man, we must talk about the preceding ages. The preceding four ages included the Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, and Iron Age. During the Golden Age of Kronos' rule, all of man was happy with their own individual tasks. The roles in society were clearly evident and nobody strove to be better. It was a simple lifestyle where everyone simply did their task. There were no women, therefore no problems. However, once Kronos was overthrown by Zeus, a new age of man was created.
Zeus established the Silver Age. He created winter and a few other things that differed from the Golden Age. Things such as 100-year-old babies and other improbable things of the sort. But like every other odd event, it had to come to an end. After Zeus realized that 100-year-old babies weren't ideal, he created the Bronze Age. He created a middle class. This created different roles in society. With new roles, conflict came. People became more obsessed with possessions such as weaponry and violence. These became a large part of the way of life. Succeeding all of the violence, Zeus decided to start another age of man known as the Iron Age. This society experienced even more violence than all of the preceding ages. Murdering guests and fights broke out over possessions. Violence became a social norm. This led nicely into the current Fifth Age of Man.
This stage of man that we are currently in is a very diverse and confusing place. It is a time filled with crime and technology. We live in a place with a large focus on business and agriculture. We are a race that is completely self-centered and has no empathy towards anything else. We are destroying our planet with harmful fossil fuels and other gases just so we can get to work a little bit faster. Companies such as BP and other industries are drilling for oil. These drill sites are leaving a large carbon footprint where the drilling has taken place. Besides for using resources, technology and research is being devoted to finding new ways to make everything that we already have better. For example, Apple has released 6 different versions of the iPhone, and everything is always getting bigger and badder. Putting a lift on a vehicle and trying to stand out is just one of the many modifications that people do within their lives. All of the self-centered behavior in our age are no different from previous ages that had ultimately led to their own demise.
There has not and will not be a change until the morals of humans have been changed. We live in a world where racism is all around us. We all live in our own little world which is sheltered from a fully universal society. People are always trying to do things to stand out. Some go to far extremes, such as self-mutilation. Magazines that people worship corrupt the lives of young adults, showing them what they must look like in order for us to be socially accepted. We as society have lost touch with the golden mean and are on a spiraling path to failure.
On any given day, you will hear about a murder or some other form of crime committed simply because of the color of someone's skin or the amount of money that they have in their wallet. There are 13,941 murders per every 100,000 inhabitants in the U.S. from the 2010 Unified Crime Report from the FBI. Just because someone holds a grudge or even hurts another just to get a personal gain. Revenge is a primary source of interaction between humans. People will go out of their way to displease those who have displeased them. You will hear about relationships within families that have been corrupted by our time. A recent example of this would be the Casey Anthony case, the case where a mother killed her own children. In a more vague and paternal sense, you will hear about a father and son who haven't talked in years.
This resembles the Iron Age, rather on escalated terms. Violence is much more common and fights can break out for any reason at all, not simply over weaponry. And yet, among these vicious acts of self-indulgence, this only separates the good from the bad even further. The bad remain constricted to the wrongdoings while the people that choose to better their lives as well as other people get separated even farther apart.
But, however, there are outstanding citizens who go out of their way to help others. And for example, in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, you must be the change you wish to see. Gandhi was on a mission for world peace. He got his message out without war or violence. He was successful in proposing a non-violent statement, and his legend and message has lived on for many generations.
Gandhi's message essentially translates to mankind as the old saying, "You must treat people the way you want to be treated yourself."
Oh wow.
Gandhi believed that mankind is not just a rude, self-centered race who have the single goal of self-fulfillment, and that we can be a prosperous and compassionate world.
Such things, like fancy watches or Swiss suits, are items that in no way benefit our lives. They do not help society anymore. All they do is boost our social stature. The corruption has only increased since the Iron Age. Society doesn't go into haywire when a single crime is committed. The culprit spends time in a retainment facility rather than being sentenced to death. The standards of behavior have been lowered considerably. The passing graduation expectations for testing scores have been decreasing, and people have been giving up rather than trying harder. The dropout rate for schools has only increased. It has gone to show how we as humans have lowered our general standards of behavior at a remarkable rate. All of the corruption has only dug our society into a pit. It seems like there is no escape. It seems as if we will never return to the Golden Age, rather into the Mahogany Age. An age where everyone wears skinny jeans and communicates their iPhone 68. The world as we know it is far from saving.